In Dallas, police officers must wear their body-worn cameras at all off-duty jobs they work. The policy change comes after a Dallas officer was involved in a shooting this past weekend. Chief Eddie Garcia sent a memo to all police department employees on Monday saying there are many instances where officers are working off-duty jobs and taking reports affecting arrests and or involved in use of force incidents. These incidents are crucial for prosecution transparency and for justification. Officers can work off-duty jobs outside their regular shifts, but the jobs have to be approved by their supervisor. Garcia says wearing body cameras both on duty and at off-duty jobs is imperative. Man, what were we just talking about? Do you see how a huge policy change that could save people's lives, that could keep us from being disproportionately tased, harassed, stopped, frisked, searched, arrested? All of that happened just with this one head of a municipality making a decision. Y'all get that? That's why it matters. How did he get in office? Where can we find more of them? Quickly, any thoughts, Mustafa?
This is what you call common sense policy. We know policy can lift up or policy can be destructive. This is one of those actions that can help to make policy more filled with equity, hopefully justice as well. But it's common sense stuff. So, I'm glad to see that he made that mandate, and we'll see if anybody challenges it as it moves forward.
Oh, you can count on the unions having something to say about this. But Dr. Walker, it's like you just finished saying, the efforts that are on the ground, these are the types of efforts that local activism can support. And we could see more of it in lieu of the federal legislation that we know we need.
Yeah, and this is a really great way for the chief of police to build some capital with the community with this new initiative. Monique, one of the important things he mentioned was it has to be vetted. The job has to be approved. I think that's really important because there are some jobs after work hours officers work that are more dangerous than others. So this may, in many respects, put a pause on some jobs that officers should be engaged in after hours, in which they obviously sometimes lethal force or other interactions where people end up in jail. But this could obviously end up saving Black lives, but more importantly, reel in some officers that are engaged in after work activities. They have the shield protecting them, but they are not being held accountable based on seeing what happened in these incidents.
Right. And Randy, they don't just have the shield protecting them. They've got their service revolver. They've got a gun protecting them. And that's the thing that the chief of police alluded to that I just want to zone in on because, I defended a municipality for over 11 years. And one of the cases involved an off-duty officer who had to use his service revolver. But he didn't have 3 other things that he could have used if he was on duty. He didn't have a taser at his disposal. He didn't have a baton at his disposal. He didn't even have handcuffs at his disposal. All he had was a gun. And when you end up in a position in a dark alley or at a club or these places where they're working and it's either you or the offender, or the alleged offender, then it ends up on the side of the officer. So that's why I think these cameras are going to make a world of difference in Dallas, and I want to see more of it.
Lives will definitely be saved. And also we have to talk about the mentality. Many cops walk around with a sense of authority, even when they're not on the clock. And that sense of strength and arrogance, gets people in trouble. And so absolutely, this, if it is not challenged, which I am sure that it will be rigorously challenged, it will save some lives. And also, you brought up a good point about not having options. I don't think that we should leave anybody who's in a position of policing other people, whether they be on duty or off duty, with the only option being a gun.
Yep, absolutely. Well, we're going to keep an eye on that one because, as I said, whatever is going on in one municipality can end up going on throughout the nation, and the local fight is the one that matters.
All right, folks, back to our Roland Unfiltered video in just one moment.
When we invest in ourselves, we're investing in what's next for all of us. Growing, creating, making moves that move us all forward. Together, we are Black beyond measure.
Folks, Black Star Network is here.
Hold no punches.
I'm real revolutionary right now.
Support this man, Black media. He makes sure that our stories are told.
Thank you for being the voice of Black America, Roland.
Stay black. I love y'all.
All momentum we have now, we have to keep this going.
The video looks phenomenal.
See, this difference between Black Star Network and Black-owned media and something like CNN.
You can't be Black-owned media and be scared.
It's time to be smart.
Bring your eyeballs home.
You dig?